So hey guys, and welcome to the video, and welcome back to another Planet Coaster episode. So today, I'm going to be doing the station to this B&M Hyper Coaster, which I built in the last episode. I'll be revealing the theme for this roller coaster in a second. I just wanted to point out, as you saw at the start of the video when I did that quick pan around, I did change the layout of the coaster slightly off camera. At the end now there are a few more hills and there's one more turnaround section just to add a bit more longevity to the coaster. It's just because I was speaking to Oakley Dokley about the last episode, and he actually pointed out that the coaster wasn't very long for a B&M Hyper. It was only about a minute and a half long. So I was like, okay, took feedback on board and actually got that changed. So yeah, so here I am starting to build the station. I really do go to town with theming of the station in this episode, and it's all about the station really. What you're seeing here is about an hour's worth of gameplay. I did freehand a lot of this station, so whereas you can build with the wall pieces in Planet Coaster, a lot of this is freehand work, and you will see that in the later parts of this episode. So I was doing some thinking off camera about the theme for this roller coaster, and I'm actually choosing to theme this roller coaster after a comet crash. So this whole roller coaster is going to be themed after a disaster because of a comet that's fallen out of the sky, it's hit the earth, and it's devastated everywhere around it. And again, in a second you'll really start to see that theme come together. So yeah, I'm going to pause the video here and I will be back in a second. So guys, as you can see now, I'm starting to do a lot of that freehand work that I was talking about at the start of the episode. So instead of using the Planet Coaster pieces to build the roof, I decided to use these ladder pieces and create this framework. So my inspiration was behind this was because the comets hit the Earth, it's wiped the roof off of this building, and all that's left are the timbers underneath. And I feel like this goes really well. Again, let me know down in the comments if you agree with me, or you've got any suggestions for my freehand work. Again, this was really the first time in Planet Coaster that I decided that I wasn't going to use roofing pieces, and that I was going to try and build my own roof. And I feel like it went really well. I learned quite a lot through this episode. I learned a lot about dragging custom objects about and placing them, especially with keyboard shortcuts. You'll see in a second I do start using keyboard shortcuts just because it's a lot easier that way, and it really saves you a bit of time instead of just clicking with the mouse all the time. So here you can see that the archway that I was talking about with the ladders, and again I really feel like this comes together really nicely. I feel like the whole building really comes together in this episode, and I do add some special effects later as well. So as you can see, I'm selecting this structure here, and I'll just copy and paste that throughout the building just to save myself a bit of time, just so I don't have to do it again. But yeah, so I'm going to speed the footage up a bit now, and I'll come back in a second. So I just wanted to point out that because I haven't done a lot of freehand work before with objects in Planet Coaster, quite a lot of what you're seeing in this video is trial and error, and this is a great example of that. So I end up putting these log pieces just to add like a middle bit to these support beams. I don't end up keeping these at all. I didn't like the way that this looked when it was finished. So I just wanted to point that out. Again, a lot of this was trial and error, and you're going to see a lot of that in this video. So here we go. I decided to put these half logs in the middle of the roof, just because when these are replicated and these are actually placed where I want them to be, I feel like these were what I wanted and what I was going for, basically. That's what I'm trying to say, if I can get my words out. So yeah, I end up leaving these here just because, again, I think they look good. And the structure already is starting to come together. I do a lot more to this, and you'll see that in a second, but just taking this in for a moment, I'm really proud of what I've managed to accomplish already at this point. So I was like, okay, let's keep this going, let's keep this momentum going, let's put some planks on here just to make it look a bit more full. And these planks really do help out with that. One thing with building in Planet Coaster I found is that if you rotate objects slightly, or you move them in slightly different places, they look less replicated, if that makes sense. There's less repetition within the objects themselves. And again, this is a perfect example of that. Me tilting these planks just to make them look a bit more random, and again, just so it doesn't start to get a bit repetitious. Is that even a word? Repetitious? But yeah, I'm going to speed this footage up of me putting these planks on the roof, and I will see you in a second. And this is it. So these planks of wood are really starting to make this roof come together. And I really felt like I did do a good job with these roofing pieces. I'm just putting 2 ladders in either side just to make the roof look a bit more structured. I don't know whether I'm going to take these out, just because if a comet hit the Earth, you wouldn't really have structured perfectly intact like that. But I guess the roof's still together, but yeah, we'll see. That'll be work for off camera though. So here I'm going to start adding some effects on the roof. So I add some smoke effects just because I want the roof to feel like it's just been hit by a comet, like the earth around this particular crash site is burning. So I will be using quite a bit of smoke effects and steam effects and things like that, especially around the ride itself. So one thing I will be doing with this roller coaster is I will be adding a lot of timed events. So by that I mean you can add sections on a roller coaster in Planet Coaster where a particular effect will trigger. So for instance, if the roller coaster went over a specific piece of track, I can set it so that flames come up, for example. So probably after the first drop I'll have some flame effects, the roller coaster will go through a building, and there will be a big explosion, etc. And I'm going to try and do it in the next episode. So definitely subscribe for that one, just so you can catch it and see the progress of this particular area. So let's talk about names. I've decided to call this roller coaster Comet. just because I felt like it's a no-nonsense name and it really describes what this roller coaster is all about. I sort of tried to capture it with the layout as well. So with it being a hyper, it's going to dive down to the earth and come straight back up again. But when it dives down to the earth, it's going to go through some buildings, as I just mentioned. Some flame effects, some explosion effects are going to go off. And also in the next episode, I'm going to build a big hole, and in that hole there will be some rocks, and there will be some burnt out bits and things like that. So I'm going to speed up the footage, guys, and I'll be back in a second. So as you saw there, guys, I just put some planks on the walls, again just to make it look a bit more broken, a bit more devastated. And theming, again, is something I'll go into a lot more in the next episode, where I'll be addressing this whole area rather than the station as well. So there'll definitely be more theming going on in the next video. Here I'm just placing some wooden bits on either end of the station where the roller coaster comes in and out. The reason I'm doing this is it just looks like the roller coaster is breaking through the exit and entrance to the station whenever it's coming in or coming out, and I just feel like it looks really cool, to be honest with you, and I like the way that it looks, so I keep it. We are coming to the end of the video, guys, so I really hope you've enjoyed what you saw. Let me know if you want me to do a bit more freehand work, just because I really enjoyed theming this area to really how I wanted it to be, and I did end up achieving that. So what I'm going to do now, guys, is I'm going to give you a POV of the roller coaster, just how it looks now with the station in place. So yeah, I hope you like it. Let me know down in the comments what you think to the theming of this station so far. What do you want me to change? Is there anything that you would have done differently? Again, let me know. Also, please click the like button. It really means a lot and it helps the channel out. If you could also click that subscribe button and turn on all notifications, that would also be fantastic, so you know when I'm uploading a video and you don't miss a single thing. So again, guys, thank you very much. My name's been Ryan from iCoaster. Enjoy this POV.